we're going back to Ms. Mary-Paige Boyce, and she is going to tell us about the virtual high school as the Career and Technology Education Coordinator at Richland 2.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Do I still have on lipstick? It's been kind of a long day. I'm not sure how we're looking on camera at this point, but what a good day it's been, and so many nice programs to hear about. I'm not going to throw the cameraman off by trying to walk around, but I'd really like to do that, but I'm not used to standing behind anything like this. But I am Mary-Paige Boyce from Richland School District 2, and I was asked to come and speak to you all about career and technology education. And one reason I'm really excited to do that is because, boy, I was just listening to the last presentation and thinking how wonderful that would be if we had that in Columbia. And we do have some of the other programs in Columbia, but one great thing about career and technology education is we have it everywhere, all over the state. I'm just the one fortunate enough to be asked to come and tell you a little bit about it and what it can mean to a child. But you have it in every district, in every school, in every county, in our state, and really in the nation. So it's a wonderful thing. It's such a big thing, though, that I sort of wondered how was I going to get it down to dropout prevention. And then this weekend, Richland Northeast High School, one of the schools in our district, had a wonderful production of Grease that the students put on. And it really made me think, wow, do y'all remember Grease, old Rydell High? Remember at Rydell High, that group of boys, they didn't much find success in English or in their history class or in their math class. And remember how Danny even tried to become an athlete, to become a little more mainstream, and that didn't go very well either. He didn't fit into that world either. Well, we have a lot of Danny Zuko's, or is that his last name? We have a lot of Dannys in our state and in our nation who they just don't fit in math, and they don't fit in on the football team. And where did Danny fit in? Do you all remember? Where he excelled, and the one teacher that he got along with, y'all remember who it was? In the auto body class. Remember the car that they built, the hot rod? Well, we have places in Richland too where kids can go build a hot rod, and they have it all over the state as well. So career and technology ed is really important in our high schools and our career centers all across our state. And it's just so big, and sometimes it's so much of a part of what we've always done in high school that we can forget and take it for granted. And I admit that, I can do that too. And sometimes I'm so busy caring for the trees that you forget to see the forest. And I was fortunate enough to be asked last year to go on a High Schools That Work visit to Lancaster High School in the upstate, and a student there told me, if it weren't for my CATE classes, I wouldn't be coming here every day. And so it really, every once in a while I get to meet somebody who brings it home to me what career and technology education can mean in the lives of students. It has changed a lot. It is no longer the old vocational. It is truly technical in nature. We have everything ranging from the sort of the auto shops that boys and some girls have liked for a long time, all the way up to engineering programs that offer honors credit and college credit. So a lot is involved when we say career and technology ed. One thing that Dr. Drew said in his comments earlier was it's about building relationships. And again, back in Greece, that was the one teacher that he got along with and that understood those boys. My own nephew, even though he's going to college here from Columbia, and he's already been accepted and going to college, he wanted to take welding over at his career center in his school district. And, he still says that welding teacher was my favorite teacher. So sometimes the career and technology teachers really have the ability to get to know students and build the relationships, which is what Dr. Drew was saying. And over here, I'm going to highlight a relationship that we have in our district. I brought Mary Harmon, who is our work-based learning coordinator at Ridgeview High School, and Matt Ducey, a wonderful CATE student, a health science student from Ridgeview High School. And I just want to say some folks were here earlier from the EEDA, and thanks to EEDA, we do have people in place in our schools who have time to form relationships with students and help them figure out what careers they want to do and where they would like to work when they leave us and when they leave their post-secondary institutions or enter into the world of work, whichever is their choice. So I'd like to introduce Mary.
And it will be a surprise to a few people in here, but I will be very brief. I am the work-based learning coordinator at our high school, and what that entails is I work with all the career and technology teachers along with all the academic teachers and create opportunities in classrooms and outside of classrooms for career speakers, job shadowing, internships, field trips to various facilities, lots and lots of different things. And that's one of the ways that I have forged a friendship with Matt Ducey right here. He is one of our health science teachers, our health science coordinator, Diane Melton, student. And we are fortunate enough to have just had a building actually built for our health science program. It's gotten that huge. But Matt is a really great example, and I'm going to let him tell you a little about where he's coming from, but he is a great example of what career and technology gets kids to do. And whether they stay with that specific career or they determine that that career is not for them, we've solved something really major. Matt?
Hello. My name is Matt, and I'm very timid, so you'll have to excuse me. I did come from the virtual high school back to Ridgeview for purposes of CATE, which helped me out greatly because I would love to be in the healthcare field, as a lot of people would in the United States, which don't have access to this program like I do, very luckily. In this program, it's very easy to see what you want to do because Ms. Harmon helps us by setting up job shadowing appointments where we can go and follow any of the healthcare officials that we want to follow, such as a anesthesiologist, nurse practitioner, ER staff, anyone you really necessarily want to be, you can follow. And that was a great decision for me to come back to public school for that as well.
That was a potential dropout. I'm going to let you know that.
Yeah. I guess the best thing I could say about dropout and preventing dropout is structure. With school, you're in school 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day. You have nothing else to do in school but do schoolwork and what you were assigned to do. With the options of the virtual school, it in itself is a very good idea for some students, but not myself. I'll be the first one to honestly admit that when given the chance to do what you are required to do and what you want to do, I would have done the latter. But I know that that is not the appropriate way to grow up and that I needed to get out of that. So I felt that it was necessary to return to public school to see teachers. I had never met Ms. Harmon previously before this year, and I'm very glad that I did. And Ms. Melton and I, she was another teacher as well. She had helped me through a lot, and so were other teachers that I cannot say the same that work there anymore. But all I can say is just speak very highly of CATE and everything that is brought for me in my life so far and for what I hope to accomplish in the future.
Thank you. In closing, we have a lot of students like Matt across this state and across our city, and career and technology is very important. And whether you have a career center in your district and your students have to leave your school and go there, or whether you have comprehensive high schools that offer CATE on site, please do support the career and technology education courses that are available in your district. They're growing every day. You can do more and more. Kids can be, Matt, if he wanted to, could be a certified nursing assistant when he left high school. He could then be employed by Miss Richardson there at Palmetto Health. And Palmetto Health would then, in turn, pay for them to go to college. So when we graduate our career and technology students in Richland 2, we are giving them a real future. We have a cosmetology class at Richland Northeast High School that has not had one single student not pass their licensure exam on the first try since 1978. And these kids are leaving, and there was a gentleman earlier who talked about the entrepreneurial spirit. And we encourage our CATE students to add an accounting class and other things to their track so that they can go out. Most of our cosmetology kids actually go into college. They want to own their own salons one day. And so it's really wonderful. We've got culinary arts is a big program now, building construction, printing and graphic design. And by the way, that's the one program at Clemson University that places all of their graduates, every single one of them. And we can send students in graphic art and design ready to enter that program at Clemson. So find out about the world of career and technology education. I encourage that. It's a wonderful thing to know about, and it's a wonderful way to offer the future to our children that could involve college or the workplace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Paige Boyce, and also Mary, and also Matt. Thank you for being brave and coming up here and talking with us and sharing your experience.